don't want to be like them niggas. I don't want to, yo, Raw, what's up, son? Yeah, you already know I'm here with knowledge right now. You know what I'm saying? But yo, what you about to have for lunch, my nigga? Yo, oh, I forgot the camera's here, so I'm gonna hit you right back, son. I'm in Superstar. I don't do all that shit.
You know what I mean? That was drunk smack. I don't know what drunk smack was. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know what truce is. What is that? We create plates. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna eat off our plates, but like our plate is so strong that they see our plate and they create plates. If you got your own plate, eat on your plate. Just don't interrupt anything that we got going on over here. Don't, you know what I mean? Like, respectfully. You know what I mean? Because we not looking at anything that you eating over there, homie.
So unless you've been living under a rock, you should know about the ongoing rivalry between RBE and URL. Now, over the past weeks, RP has started a new podcast called Sorry It's True. And within that, he's been talking about certain business practices. My bad, I misspoke. Certain bad, unethical, immoral business practices he feels URL has partaken of. I'd actually advise you to go watch that video before continuing to watch this video. No, I'm serious. Like, you go watch that video. I'll just be here watching Mook stir around versus Averb. Now, for those who didn't watch ARP's recent blogs and podcasts and videos, let me give you a quick summation. Something like, here at RBE, here at RBE, here at RBE, here at RBE. I'm just serious. The summation of what he was saying was, how can someone who screams world's most respected follow the innovators, not the imitators, as well as you can't copy respect when a lot of your platform, you copy other people's ideas and you don't innovate, you imitate.
If I told you that I think the biggest battle rap league or platform in this industry is the least creative, takes the most ideas from other places than any other platform, you probably say I'm a hater. You probably be like, yeah, you would say that, ARP, you're RBE, right? To be innovative, you have to be creative. You have to come up with a lot of your own ideas. Even the start of the company, I thought was funny. And it was broken down to a degree by Shotty Horror.
It was a league called Lions then that gave most of your top tier veterans name. That plus 5 club picked the hype up. 106 and Park made it elevate. Jump Off made it international. Let me not forget the Bakers. Grind Time revolutionized everything. That's when the direction changed.
And ARP came with a lot of facts and evidence to support his statement or rhetorical questions. Now, me as a viewer, as a fan, my first natural reaction was,
Yeah, nigga!
talk to them, Adam! Talk to them! Now, this is coming from a battle rap fan. Not just a URL fan, not just an RBE fan, a battle rap fan. And over my decade plus, almost 2 decades of being a battle rap fan, I've seen a lot of shady business practices going on, and I'm not talking about that failed attempt by Eminem. I'm talking about the world's most respected, having a lot of shady business practices going on that has been reaffirmed by battle rappers and league owners themselves. Now you might be asking, but what is it gonna do with you? Well, as a fan, that means I missed out on a lot of potential great events and battles because of shady business. For example, Hollow and Mook. For example, the Shotty Horror card. These different things are frustrating as a battle rap fan because I just want to see great battles. I want to see great cards, great events. Now that's me as a fan. However, as a businessman, it's genius. Because at the end of the day, the number one goal in business is to maximize your profits.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, yeah, yeah.
And the number one adversary to maximizing your profits outside of expenses is competition. For some people, for most industries, their goal is to eliminate the competition.
But you've got to understand what it means to be a competitor. Nobody understands that better than I do. Because you have to grab your competition by the throat and you've got to squeeze the life out of your competition.
And that's technically what URL is trying to do. You think Burger King wants to see McDonald's flourish? Do you think KFC was happy when Popeyes came out with the chicken sandwich? Do you think Nike was happy when they lost Kanye to Adidas? Actually, they might kind of be low-key happy about that now. But do you think WWE was happy to lose their talents to AEW? No! End of the day, the number one goal is to have maximum profitability. And competition is the number one adversary. You think Avon was happy to see Marlo take over his corners?
You know, I'm just a gangster, I suppose. And I want my corners.
Maybe in a parallel universe.
I ain't eating. You ain't eating. What you mean you ain't making this paper, man? Everybody eats, B.
Yeah, everybody eats B in an ideal world. This is not the ideal world. This is reality. Because in the ideal world, I would have the body like Low Deluxe with a Miss Hustle by my side.
What?
Huh?
What?
Anyway, at the end of the day, URL can say,
My brother, it's always business, never personal.
or is it? I pose that question because URL has collaborated with almost every league. Whether it's your We Go Hards, your Queen of Rings, whether it's your Chrome 23s, your King of the Dots. They've collaborated, Bullpen, they have collaborated with multiple leagues, UW, multiple leagues they have collaborated with, except one. RBE. Ask me why. Because RBE is the only true competition to URL. What? No, they're the only true competition to URL. Think about it. Chess voice. When we look at leagues like Black Ice Cartel, UW, Bullpen, Guerrilla Warfare, We Go Hard. Great leagues, but don't have enough events consistently or big cards consistently that they can't really be URL's competition. Look at Chrome 23, Queen and Ring. Both those leagues can't be competition because the main focus and demographic and talent is females. And URL has never been truly focused on the female demographic or female talent to fill their cards in events every month. And then last but not least, let's look at KOTD, which KOTD and URL had a great relationship for the longest time, but they're polar opposites. KOTD, West Coast, Canadian based. Most of the faces of the league are of the Caucasian persuasion, and they don't have what you call that, like street credibility. They don't. But then you have URL, New York based, East Coast based. A lot of faces are hood niggas, and they have street credibility. Well, who does that sound like also? RBE. ARP even names the league the Rucker. RBE is the only true competition to URL. Hell, just look at how RBE started its league. It started with names and legends like Averb, Goods, Math Hoffa, as well as utilize certain talents that URL no longer saw as valuable, such as JC, O-Red, Ill Will. We can even go back to the Smack DVD days. We were talking about your Sears Jones, your J Mills, even your Murder Mooks had one of the biggest battles in battle rap history with him versus Averb. Even your E Nesses. They even got Cassidy, the Energy, in one of the most viewed battles and face-offs in recent history in battle rap. They even got the biggest, in my opinion, real industry versus battle rapper battle in Daylight versus King Los. Are you seeing what I'm seeing now? Bringing eyes and ears and engagement not only to RBE but to YouTube has all the prime real estate because URL left it for the app. Do you see what I'm seeing now? By the way, did I mention that URL sued RBE recently because of that Daylight battle? Yeah. One of the first time that actual lawsuit happened in battle rap. And it just so happened to be URL against RBE. Not suing Daylight, who apparently went against his contract, but suing the league. You gotta take your competition by the throat and squeeze the life out of your competition. Right? Nothing personal, just business. Or is it? So who's right, who's wrong? Is ARP right for pointing out certain things that the URL is doing? Is the URL right for doing what they're doing? Since it is competition, it is business. Well, in my opinion, they're both right. As a business, ARP has the right to feel slighted and feel like he's being sabotaged when he's trying to create the best business possible, not only for his employees, for his talent, but for the fans. But URL is right as well for trying to do their best to become a monopoly so that everybody go to them. Nobody's truly wrong in this situation. Now, personally, of course, I'm on RBE's side as a fan. But personally, I'm on URL's side as a businessman. But at the end of the day, nothing will happen really. RBE will go on about their business, URL will go on about their business. Like I said, it's all in the spirit of competition. Competition can be your number one adversary. However, competition can also be your biggest ally. Because with competition, it breeds creativity, innovation, ways to engage and create more interest and better satisfy the consumer. What if URL, RBE, put their egos and pride to the side and worked side by side? Think about it. URL versus RBE. Oh, now that's something to see. Stay tuned.